Good morning, everybody. Thank you for coming. Please help yourself to breakfast. Generously sponsored this morning by Jack Rose, in commemoration of the yahrzeit of his father, Nechemia from Hillel, and the Neshama Shabbat Aliyah.
Amen.
And offer to everybody's right to stay for open base medrash. We have learning. You can learn by yourself. We have the Chabur once or twice a week, but you can open base medrash. This week, the base medrash is sponsored by the Plevin family in memory of Betsy Plevin. Memory should have the Neshama Shabbat Aliyah. Everybody can help himself to enhanced breakfast. That's part of the Kollel sponsor. If anybody wants to sponsor Kollel learning and the enhanced breakfast, please see Rabbi Brenner or Rabbi Silver. Interesting. There are 4 chapters dealing with gun or war. They say, "Lo Melchama, go to war." There are 4 chapters dealing with war. And between the 3rd and 4th chapter, all of a sudden they bring in about Eglah Arufa. If you find a dead body between 2 cities, you have a ritual, you measure which city is closest, and the elders have to bring they have to go through a elaborate ritual. Our hands and spill the blood. So the question is, why in the middle of talking about war, they break the story to tell us about Eglah Arufa? What's going on here? Rabbi Michael Weissmandel, Hashem Yikam Damam, who lived during the Holocaust and unfortunately died by the Nazis, had a wonderful observation why this is the case. He says that too often in civilized society, and especially during wartime, we become oblivious to the fact that people are dying. 1,000 people, 2,000, the numbers are there. In fact, even in general life, forget even a war, you hear about a crime, the mayor says, only 1,000 people died this year as opposed to $1,500. We hear about collateral damage. We become desensitized to life. And the Torah makes this point, especially dealing with war, that even one person dying is something we have to be concerned about. And during peace, obviously during war, people are going to die. And that's why they break the narrative from Rabbi Weissman to sensitize to the tragedy of even just one murder victim. And we have to recognize the preciousness of a single soul. And that's when in the middle of war, they're teaching us this lesson. Kehilas Yitzhak also picks up on this theme. And he notices that when we do something, it has an effect on us. So for example, if we have a choice of giving $10,000 tzedakah to one person, or giving $1,000 to multiple people, you're better off giving to multiple people because each act has an impact on you. And the same thing conversely. Unfortunately, when you're dealing with killings and being part of war, you become desensitized to killing. You become desensitized to the killing. So therefore, that's what the Torah is trying to teach us. That despite that, the preciousness of one soul is so paramount. And this is the important lesson. I close with a wonderful story. I think Rabbi Yisachar Fran talks about the preciousness of one individual. In Cantonist Russia, they wanted to induct the son of a Moscow. And this boy was a Moscow himself into the army. So the Brisker Rav said that he's not going to go to Shul in Yom Kippur until the money is raised to Shvoyim to take this person out of being part of the army. It was a tremendous sum of money. And what happened? He didn't show up for Shul on Yom Kippur. So they said to him, "Why are you coming to Shul?" "I'm not coming to Shul until the money is raised to this boy." And he said, "But this boy is a secular boy. He's a Moscow." And he said, "No, every single Jewish soul is precious." And they raised the money. And that's an important lesson. Every single soul, every single Jew, every single person is precious. And that's the lesson I want to leave with you. That's what the Torah is leaving us in this parsha by interrupting the narrative before to tell us about Eglah Arufa. Have a wonderful day.